Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Gloss Garage podcast. I am your host, and hopefully, you guys can hear me. I was doing some testing earlier, and it was sounding good so far. So I don't know about now. Let me know if you guys can hear me, because out of nowhere, right when I started, I can't hear myself. So just put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Hello. Copy. All right, perfect. Thank you, John Weber. Thank you, Big O. But yeah, so shout out to everybody for coming in. Thank you, Umberto showing up, Tim from Shining Light Detail. What else? We got Big O, Kirby, Keith, Ramon, Victor, John, Lazy Jones coming in. Thank you very much all for coming in tonight. And then also, before we get started, I do have a bit of bigger news for next week's podcast. So it's going to be a nice podcast. It's going to be um pre-recorded. This is just for a quick thing. It's going to be pre-recorded, but I'm going to have some guests on, and I'll be doing a rinseless wash using the iconic from the collaboration with the House of Rags and DIY Detail is the iconic rinseless wash with their sponge. I'll be showcasing that. And also on top of that, as a drying aid, which I love a lot as well, to support a good cause, will be the DIY Detail Stay Strong. And also none other than what I got here is the Diva Rinseless Wash drying towels. So they are some really good size. You get a bang for your buck just for this. Look at that. It's really it's nice. It's nice. So it comes in a pack of 3. So I'm excited to use this, and I will be doing that pre-recorded live, well, not live, but it'll be pre-recorded. But I'll be doing a Q&A with certain people, so this way you can all enjoy that whole process. And yeah, so that's what I got going on. That's what I got cooking. But other than that, let's get started with this podcast. So what is this podcast about? We've talked so far mainly about, the good things in the industry that, pretty much everything is riot and jolly and everybody has a successful journey. But for me, I felt like it's time to start hitting just, the darkest parts of detailing. And it's one of those things where nobody really talks about a lot, and it's something that should be said, especially if you're starting out as a business. It's one of those things where it can get tricky, it could get slow, it could get discouraging, but the number one thing that you cannot do is quit. That's the number one thing you can't do until you physically have tried everything. Don't quit on your detailing journey, especially if you're starting out, because this is one of the big advices that I have for most people. Because um, one of the best things that even till this day that one of my managers have told me, and one of my DMs, they said sometimes you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, because sometimes we stay stagnant. We are um comfortable in our positions, we stay stagnant, and then we think this is all it is. Like, we've plateaued, there's nothing else. And every time we hit a challenge, this is where we tend to give up as people, as businessmen, and as entrepreneurs. This is how things ends up going south. So in order to give yourself that extra push, and exactly what Ivan said on his previous podcast, when he was talking about sometimes you need that extra push, whether it's firing an employee or wanting to help them improve and step up in any company or any ladder of any business. Is as a mentor, as a business owner, you really want to have that push. And sometimes that push really comes within yourself and within your detailing business on how well things are going or how bad things are going. So these are what we will be talking about today. And let's all start back in 2019. So 2019 is pretty much when I started, diving deep into detailing again, just vacuum basic details, no polishing yet at the time. I didn't start really polishing until COVID time. But in terms of just the detailing grind, detailing business was just washing basic exterior, wash, clean, seal. That's what I learned. That's what I did. And same thing with a basic interior detail. Nothing crazy, just quick washes in and out. And that's how I started off my detailing journey. Then from there, once COVID hit, the whole we started doing the whole polishing gig. We got into polishing, and this is when we started becoming a legit business. We start charging people for coatings, and we didn't know what to charge. We were just charging based on what we thought was something that we would pay for, but never took value into the work and time that went into it. So my wife and I, we were doing all these detailing gigs, especially during COVID, starting polishing, started ceramic coating, and then we hit a plateau. Fast forward 2021, we hit a plateau where we couldn't get any business. And we was wondering, and I was scratching my head on, why does it feel like I'm working way more than than what I actually do in my regular job? I felt like I was working 3 times as hard to make almost the same amount of money, if not maybe even less. Just because of the simple fact that we were charging too little, we were taking so much time just to do a ceramic coating. We weren't efficient, and it was really discouraging to the point where I was ready to hang up everything in 2021. I just said, you know what? I think this isn't for us. We live in a neighborhood that a lot of people it's not a low income and it's not middle class. It's like right in, it's just we're in that like that purgatory type of thing, that gray zone, the twilight zone between like middle and low income area. So we're not gonna get that huge influx. That's what we were talking about, my wife and I, and we were ready to hang up shop. And and from there we just said, you know, how about this coaching class? Let's call up a couple people to do some coaching detailing stuff. So I called up, I forgot what it was. It was just some a local detailer around me. He has a detail shop, and started doing a quick course, doing price shopping. He's teaching me on how to price stuff and this. But the most discouraging part that I didn't like from his teachings was, oh, it's better for you to have a brick and mortar shop. And I'm like, that's not something that I'm fully invested in because I don't have the capital to start. Um, so I'm diving in deeper, talking to other local detailers, and some of them came out to the pretty much to the right conclusion: either get a mobile van, and because at the time I just had a SUV, a beat up SUV, and they said, "Go get a van, get it wrapped if you're gonna do mobile, and go straight out to Long Island where all the rich people are at, and start doing servicing there." And I said, "Well, I don't have the capital for that either. I just want something just to keep steady, keep going, and I really want to get into the ceramic coating world because, based on everything I see on YouTube, is ceramic coatings are beneficial for any type of car, whether you're a low income, whether it could be a 2016 Honda now to a 2025 Honda Civic. It doesn't matter the type of vehicle. Everybody works hard for their vehicle, hard earned money to get that vehicle. So they should value that type of work. And um yeah, I mean from there we ended up saying, you know what, I think I need somebody that is a little bit more successful in my opinion. I said, I need to talk to somebody that has done this, in and out constantly. And I ran into Ivan's business academy. And that's when I started watching more of his videos, and I took his one-on-one coaching classes. And without him, him and a couple other coaching people, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have gave up detailing. Um, and that's just because business was slow. And if you start off thinking that you're going to make $1 million off rip, yes, you may be the anomaly that's going to make 1 million in sales and make all this bunch of money. But um, I I found out early on that I didn't really have the business mindset that I truly had. Yes, I'm a leader in my regular work and my engineering job. I am a leader. I am somebody that is a savvy, controls of cost and employees and all this other stuff. But in terms of the long term of actually running a business, I found out that I was still very uneducated on that end. And that's what ended up getting me to Ivan, and he said, "Look, you are undercharging yourself. You're undervaluing yourself." And the number one thing he says, it's not what you never base your prices on what you would pay. You have to base your prices on what is your net income. If you're trying to make something into a business, you can't start off a business as a car washing person and say I'm going to make $24,000 a year, because if that's the case, then just might as well just work at McDonald's and don't have to worry about phone calls, don't have to worry about burning through people's paint, don't have to worry about scheduling people, trying to get employees, worrying when the next paycheck's going to come, because you already have a set schedule. So it was easier to, you said what? Yeah, there you go. You got to, you should be using, uh, but yeah, so pretty much, that was everything in a nutshell. So that was my darkest time. Was I wasn't making any sales, I wasn't getting any codings, I wasn't getting any jobs, and this was 2021. And from there, I just changed my prices. We went straight through the drawing board and just said, look, this is what we're going to start off with. This is our last run. We're going to upgrade our website. We're going to do all these changes. And we probably invested, my wife and I, an extra like $5,000 just to make sure we got everything. We said we're going to do a deep interior detail starting. We're only going to have one basic interior detail and just start off with that. We consolidated our huge menu to just something like this small, and that was it. We said, if you want this included in your package, you have to choose this detailing package that we have. We can't just, swap and it's, pick certain things out, because that was making everything confusing. And that's what ended up working. And let me go up through the chat, because I see a bunch of people typing stuff. South Carolina sock. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, David Boyce. We're talking we'll talk about the positives in the next 10 minutes if you guys have any questions, because we're gonna be talking about iconic. And then in terms of interior detailing, there's a video that I'm gonna be coming out where I finished this last bit of Typhon. Whoops, Typhon right here. And these kits came in handy on this detail. So this is the New York foam interior detailing kit. So that thing came out awesome. So we'll talk about that in the future. But yeah, what's up, peeps? Franco, it's warm a bit. It's gonna be warm next week for sure. Tim, you're 64 and you haven't quit. Exactly. You got to keep on going. 48 years. Ulysses, what's going on? What's going on, Jim? Easier to train that bucket. Yeah, way easier to train a bucket than to do anything. The GT Rinseless. Here, try GT. What's that? This GT Rinseless. But yeah, so pretty much that was it. And that was the turning point in the middle of 2021. Then starting 2022, that's when everything just started clicking. That tax season came in. Everybody was getting a coding. I'm guessing the SEO took about like 6 months to process or do something, because starting 2022, everything was just going just wild, just getting phone calls. And I changed my price from a ceramic coating from like $500. They said, yo, started at this price. I upped it to there, matched it with all the other brick and mortar shops and even mobile detailing shops around me on what I should be charging. I was just getting phone calls just after phone calls. Oh, this. Oh, yeah, you're right around the area of this other guy. But, and then certain people were asking what type of coatings. But in terms of consolidating my actual detailing packages, it helped me maximize my business because now I was more on a timing aspect. Being more efficient is this is how long this package takes me. So this way I'm not picking and choosing certain things and messing up everything. Because some people would always say, "Hey, can you just I just want you to extract one seat," and it's like, well, for me to take out the extractor will take me about like 5 minutes to do. Heat up. It's like the whole process is still time consuming. Whether it's that one seat compared to all the other seats, everything just ends up being this almost the same amount of time. It's just now you're getting a complete deep clean. So that was it. And my detailing packages came in, and that's when I started my YouTube journey. It was 2022. That's when I started feeling good. I was like, you know what, I think this is something for me. And once I went through that bumpy road of a whole year and a half, September 2022 or August of 2022, I think it was, I started posting YouTube videos, and I just felt good about myself just getting this business. I'm like, I'm actually feel like I'm somebody doing something in detailing and becoming profitable. And that's what I really wanted to show is like my darkest moments because um it was very, very easy for someone to quit in that time of not making any money, only doing one detail a month, even summertime, even spring. It was just so bad that I was like, this probably isn't the right journey for me. And the quitting was the easiest way out, but at the end I'm just super grateful. Just, you know, my wife and I are just super happy. We're in such a better place. And, if I would have quit, I would have never met any of you all on my detailing channel, on the Thor Media podcast. I wouldn't even be part of this group in any way, shape, or form. I would have never connected with Eddie, Ivan, Ulysses, Franco, Victor. I would have never been here. And even to this day, if none of you showed any support, I probably would have quit my YouTube channel as well. But without all of you is the reason why I enjoy detailing. That's why I enjoy putting videos. Yes, I know I've been lacking on it, but most of you all know what's going on personally because I am very open with all you. But yeah, without all of you, that's why Eddie's here. That's why Ivan's here. That's why we enjoy teaching. That's why Dogma, you know, Chris from Biobombs, like we we are all Nick, Christy, everybody, Chelsea, just everybody in this community is here because I'm pretty sure at a point they were down. And even Nick, when I used to support him a lot when he was with Carpro detailing, he was down bad. Like I was watching him through his rough times when he left the station, when he was a news anchor and he was just detailing in somebody's dark garage with at the time was O&R, the yellow one, and he's just like detailing for hours. And you know, he went through it too. What if Nick would have quit? You know, and those are the look where Nick McGurk is at now. He was able to build a successful business now through detailing with Ivan. So it's one of those things where sometimes you just still have to go all in without quitting and find those right people of support and circles. And that's about it. So yeah, that's pretty much my darkest moments, and that's pretty much the message I want to give to all of you enthusiasts, business people out there that's probably struggling now, especially during this economy, is that just don't give up. Your talent, your effort um will show. The only difference is your fortitude that you have to keep moving forward, because it takes time to grow people, you know? And that's how everything is. And now moving to South Carolina, um, and then in the next couple weeks, well, family is, but I won't physically be there till probably like June. My biggest challenge going there will be getting clientele. And I will post my journey personally to show you how rough it is just starting out. Even for somebody that's already successful here in New York, Queens, my clientele isn't coming with me. So I will try to show my day-to-day journey on trying to attain new customers, new clienteles, how I talk to them. It's a culture shock. It's a culture difference. There's a different way of approaching business based on where you at in certain states. You know, New York is a much more aggressive type of feel. Even just the customer comes in with an aggressive type of feel, just with the I could go to the next guy for cheaper. What can you do for me? Versus to other people is like, I trust your work. How much are you going to charge? And see if I could justify that value. So this is stuff that, just going through my head, and what will be happening in the next couple weeks in my detailing journey. So I'm starting fresh. I'm starting from zero. The only thing I have to my name is just my credibility as a detailer, but I have to still prove my detailing process to the new potential customer always ahead of me. So that's pretty much the message, is just don't quit. You can't quit. If, like I said, if I would have quit, if Eddie would have quit, if any of us that we've all watched to this day and age, if we all would have quit, we wouldn't be a tight community the way we are now. And this is why I love the Thor Media podcast. We always push each other to do better. And I really want to show that message to all of you as well. But yeah, so that's my message. Thank you. I thank you, Alma, for enjoying that message. So that is one of those things. Ghost, I ain't forget about you. 110% next week. I will be shipping out that next week, Friday, to be exact. Mark my words. I will be shipping out the stuff. I was just dealing stuff with the final processes of the lending of my home. So I've just been super busy. Franco says, Sock, when did you hit that stride when the clouds parted and the light shone? Um, I don't know. It was a mixture of just not giving up, I guess. Because eventually, once you start getting business and your Google reviews start to grow, and your Google, this is what happens when you're short. Let me lift up my seat one sec. I gotta boost up my seat. There we go. So, pretty much, when that thing started happening was those slight little Google reviews that you would get, because I was just starting out in 2020, 2021. So with that, only 3 reviews, I was on the bottom of that ladder. Nobody was really gonna get me. And how many people shop when they look on Google? You want to go to a restaurant that only has 1 review or 2 reviews. You're probably not gonna go there. So I had to build that credibility, right? And whenever a customer would come, I would ask if they could leave a review. I wouldn't force it, but if they did, it really helped boost my thing, and it just made a difference every time they would. It just goes that to show that some people just give others shots, and that's what it was. Just customers were giving me a shot to detail, and when they saw it, they were like, "Dude, I gotta leave a review because you did such an amazing job." And those are the things that really changed. And then once I ended up having like 15 Google reviews, right there, 2022 just started going just crazy. So that's where I found out where things went. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, man. I just met so many great people here in this community. It's just, with all of you and everybody, it's fun detailing. It's fun detailing. It's fun learning. So I'm actually glad I didn't quit at all. And if I would have quit, I wouldn't be moving to South Carolina. Look at that. What do you mean we all what Evans? Let's see. Oh, garage therapy. Yeah, I haven't used that yet. Haven't used that whatsoever. Let's see. Yeah, my man Franco be drinking a beer. He had his video on deconning his was it the CX5? I think it was a CX5 with Hydrolite. See, And to-do list is when attracting new customer, do you use your YouTube videos to show them what you're capable of? Well, that is one of those initial reasons why I did start making a YouTube channel. Was a lot of customers nowadays, and especially our era, and a lot of the younger generations, they don't really believe in photos. They more of believe in, let's see what this guy can do. And it's a lot better when they get to see the entire process and actually see the person do the process. Um, and yeah, and that's pretty much what I tend to do, and that's what I hope to do moving forward in my new journey in the new state. Is I will still show my videos, I will still show what I'm capable of, because that's the number one thing you want. It's like it's a little resume for your customers, and then everything will still be clockwork. Look at Jason from Chicago Auto Pros. He still puts videos out all the time, and he puts videos out often, and he has such a successful business. But in order to up your presence on the internet and up your business potential for new customers that coming in, you have to put multiple videos. One thing I learned is that Google, when they index your website or your business or anything, um, you really have to keep up to date. The only businesses that stay on the top page, on the first page, even without it being sponsored or ads, those are the businesses that had a .com since like 2001, 2003. And I was reading a whole bunch into those things on how to be on the top page. You just need to have consistent presence on the internet. And with that is same thing, being consistent with your YouTube videos. You don't want to show a YouTube video from 3 years ago to your customer like, hey, this is what I did on. It's like, no, it's not. Just try to give them the most recent. And that's why I try to make recent videos, so that way it connects with the most, how do I say it, bought package in my detailing business. Franco. Tim, yeah, I hope so. That's my biggest thing. Soccer journal podcast from new beginnings to success in a new area would get lots of views. Great idea. Yeah, that's my plan. I just want to show, that detailing isn't just easy, even for somebody as I'm not success. There's different levels of success. For me, I reach a certain level of success that I'm like, okay, I reached this plateau, but now I want more. And with that new journey is I need to step up my successful game, and you know, just getting that clientele in. Westcast Sock, what was the worst customer you had? The worst customer I had was somebody that didn't understand the detailing package after I sent the video, after I showed the video, after they said this is exactly what I wanted. And on top of that, I gave them what they asked for. I showed them the 3 different levels of packages. They said, "This isn't what I want. This isn't what I need. I want this detailing package." I said, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yes." They booked it. Second thing is, they asked for a wash, clay, and seal on the outside, because it was like our intro package, our inside and out. And the outside had so much heavy contamination, so much iron deposits. And I for wash, clean, seal, I don't use iron remover. That is for my second package, which consists of a actual decon wash on the outside. But I still did it because for me, I just like to give a little extra to clients whenever there's time or space or anything in my thing. I don't expect anything in return. And did an awesome job. And the individual is the only person that ever gave me a 1-star review. It's my only 1-star review on my detailing business. And that individual gave me a 1-star review claiming that my wife scratched her vehicle, claiming that 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 the detailing package she got wasn't what was represented, and all this other stuff. And I on a vehicle that's already 6 years old and was never detailed for the past 4 years, saying that we scratched you know, that's pretty much my worst customer that I've ever had. And till this day, that 1-star review is on my Google My Business. So yeah, shout out to that individual. Thank you for being a douche, and that's about it. Just remember the low times and hard times are what teach us to grow and overcome. Exactly. Adversity leads to success. Yep. Especially in a business, things never, once you become stagnant, that's when you start to just just start lose consistency in your business for sure. Um Tim from Titan Tim says, I bought Labo Primus 2.0 from the Rags, the House of Rags, thanks to sock recommendation. You're gonna love Primus. That's what I enjoy using all the time, and 90% of it. Just such an awesome product. Tim, I'm on my second bottle. There we go, West Cat. You see, advocate already there. Was that the same person that you said didn't use a soap to wash the car? Yes, it was. It was that. It was that individual. Even though I foamed on, so clarification for that vehicle was I sprayed um at the time was I sprayed APC all over the vehicle with the foam that I had there. Sprayed it all over the vehicle, let it dwell, rinsed it off, and then I sprayed rinseless wash on top of it. And then did my contact wash. That was the entire process. Then eye remover, yada yada yada. Just I removed 90% of the dirt and grime off the paint before I did that. But yeah, so that was that same individual. So, Sock, I've been doing this for 41 years. Just started my YouTube channel with my first video. Won't lie, I suck, but I'm working on it. Dude, I still suck to this day. Yo, Eddie and Jamie, yo, they be clowning on my thumbnails, bro. They're like, yo, this thing is trash. I'm like, I was like, yo, I appreciate the honesty, but, you know, they got to hook me up with the HBO special, help a brother out, because I'm not nice with thumbnails. But in terms of, you'll find your format, you'll see, how you would like to take certain angles of videos and certain frames and what you enjoy doing the most. That will come with time, and you'll see what fits your own YouTube style or videography style. And then from there, it'll become like clockwork afterwards. It's just like detailing. Otto, you'll have your own techniques, and then from there, it's pretty much copy and paste. You will have your own rhythm on how to do things. Eileen, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you. Says Sock. CS Auto Tech says it takes work and time. Absolutely, bro. You can't give up. It takes work and time for sure. It definitely adds a little bit. Once you become efficient also in detailing, especially if you're doing this as a business, eventually it only adds an extra 30 minutes of your time to record and actually detail. Juice Free, what's going on? Yo. Do you offer just one ceramic coating, maybe rated by number of years? Yes, that's a great question. So what I do is I actually have how do I say it? Okay, even though I have 3 ceramic coating just here in New York City, because we got to be clear, this is for my market data. This is everything that I've done and research and years that I've had here in New York. So with a 3-year coating, typically a 3-year coating as a daily driver only really lasts about 2 years. And I sell the 3-year coating. Even though I say a 3-year, I say it lasts up to 2 years if it's a daily driver. I'm very clear with that. Then for a 5-year, I guarantee it pretty much 3 years to 4 years, 3.5 years to 4 years. And then for a 7-year coating, I say the max is gonna last is like a 5-year. Just because of the snow, the winter, the salt, people don't wash their car. If you haven't watched my YouTube video of me washing my vehicle where I have Labocosmetica and ADS on each side, because I have it split half and half. Watch that video. I haven't washed my car in 3 months and 1 week to be exact. I haven't washed it, haven't touched it, haven't done anything, and the coatings are still going strong. But I'm doing a real world test, and the whole point of that real world test is to try to be as consumer mindseted as possible to show that, the coating may not last its full durability. unless you're washing it every single week. So that's how I do stuff. I do offer ceramic coatings based on ratings, but I am very strict on how long something could last, and I knock it down a bit. So I said it's rated for 7, but you would probably get 5 here. Um, and the other option too that I ended up doing too is start selling it on mileage based on how Labocosmetica does it. So if it's a 3-year coating, I say it's rated as a 30,000-mile coating or 3 years, whichever comes first. So that way, because it's a daily driver, it may not last a full 3 years. Um, that's another option as well. Tim, how do you like PNS Rehab? Have you used it? I've used Rehab before. Franco, it's good. It's a great one step. It's a great all around type of polish, for sure. Your worst customers, you just expose the scratches they already had by cleaning the. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I just exposed the. And it had over a year and a half of dirt on it. No lie, they said, bro, it was just it was a white vehicle. They said I didn't clean this. This is how my vehicle looked. They said this is when they started cleaning the inside before they did the outside, but the tires already had tire dressing. I'm like the pictures just I don't know, just somebody just wanted free business or just free something, a free service, and I'm not for that. Oh, it don't look. We take before and after. I actually have 2 cameras in my garage. Um, but at the end of the day, if somebody has ill intentions, it does not matter. They could leave a Google review and it's not going to get deleted unless it gets flagged a bunch of times as a negative review. But but yeah, it's not doesn't matter what you do, whether you take before and after. Doesn't matter. The person wants to leave a 1-star review. That individual is going to leave a 1-star review. But obviously, I'm pretty sure that individual knew I had cameras sitting around, so that's why I'm guessing they didn't forward with scratching and damages and yada yada yada. Because trust me, we didn't do it, and I do take videos too as well. It exactly. It's all character building. I'm gonna give them a 1-star. Exactly. For me, it's just like that's it. Yo, Chingy Blingy, what's going on? What's going on? Said put a picture of Eddie and he'll be happy. Yeah, if it ain't Eddie on the thumbnail, he don't like it. That's what I notice. That's what I notice. See, look, GM paint in general, it just depends. I mean, I wouldn't really blame the polish for it because sometimes it's just GM paint is just trash overall. Sock, we got 33 people in here. Everybody should flag your. Nah, we're not gonna do that because I don't want it to be because then I could get flagged myself as a business for sending people here. I'm not with that. So if you guys want to do it on your own accord, do it. But that's on you guys. Let's see. David Boy said, "Hey, Sock, I'm pretty sure South Carolina has bears in the wild. You ready for that because they are bigger than." Now, where I'm at in South Carolina, and this is from coming from Titan Tim and a couple locals from what I heard, they haven't never seen a bear there ever. And if they probably have, is you're not gonna see a bear or alligator. And Tim's been living there, Titan Tim's been living there for about a little over 10 years, I think 15 years. And he said he hasn't seen a bear and he hasn't seen a alligator. Um, so it's not like Florida or crazy because it's not really too much wilderness where we're at. I'm kind of um I try not to go too suburban or too into the country or deep out there. So I'm it's kind of like a blue city area. Yeah, so that's what I got. Let's see. reading some questions. And exactly, that's all we could do. Just keep looking forward. Just keep looking forward. And thank you, Ty and Tim. Yep, never seen a bear or a gator in Myrtle Beach. There we go. Hashtag confirmed. Yo, Ulysses. Yeah, I know about GM Paint. And it sucks. Bama Joe, Bob. What is my YouTube channel? My YouTube channel is Detailing Made Simple. That is my YouTube channel. Haven't really posted much this winter, but typically once it gets warmer, that's when I post a lot more videos frequently. Because here, when I do detail one vehicle, two vehicles a month, because wintertime I don't really get a lot of business, but when I do get those vehicles, my ass is freezing and I am not sitting out there trying to do this. You get what I'm saying? I'm out there just, bro, I'm out. I can't. Do you have to create a new business profile now that you in a different area? Do the reviews carry over? So from what I've read on the Google policy, Eileen, from what I read from the Google My Business policy is I have to all I have to do is just say that I'm changing my address to a certain place, and then they will mail a Google verification code, kind of how like we have the first time. They will mail it to that address. It will take about 2 weeks, and then that's about it. That you're moving your detailing business. That's pretty much it. It's pretty quick and simple. Now, in terms of opening a new business, I have to close my doing business as here in New York in my county, and then I just have to open up a new one over there in Myrtle Beach. But that's pretty much it. In order to move your business is pretty much quick and easy, and all the reviews, from what I read, do carry over because you're just all you're doing is just changing your address. That's all it is. Have you ever saw damage to a Tesla front lid from polishing paint? No, I haven't seen any damage to a Tesla front lid from polishing, but what I have seen, if you check my video where I put Labocosmetica, Blendo, and HPC on that blue Tesla, I do take a video on how terrible Tesla paint is just in general, on how it looked like two-tone, like Tesla just didn't put the actual paint on evenly, and it just looked weird in certain angles in the sun. Even the owner knew about it and saw it. He was like, "Oh shit, you're right." He opens up the door lid, the door jamb, and you actually see that two tone as well. And yeah, he didn't think anything of it. He didn't think I damaged the paint, but it was just only in certain angles that you can actually see that type of weird defect that was on the paint, and it was throughout the whole car, not just the hood, but it was a little bit more visible on the hood and some concave areas. And then Joel says DA or Rotary. I'm a DA. DA for life. DA for life. Rotary once in a while if I need to finish on GM paint, but that's because Ulysses knows. Bam, following up right there. Secret for GM paint is 40 minutes per panel. But yeah, so I'm mostly a DA. I do a lot of one steps. If I'm doing a two step and I really got to cut, then I'll cut with a Rotary and finish down with a DA just to finish it off like that. It's no big deal. Create, not great. Let's see. My brother Dixon Myers has a hey yo hey you caught me. Dixon my ass has a birthday today. Can he get a shout out? Happy birthday, yo! Oh man, keep up the great work. Love your channel. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. GM and Mustang Pure Black need extra jeweling stuff. Yep, I can't do that. Yo, Will, let me know where. I think you said you're going to North Carolina, right? Can't wait to be in the Carolinas. I think that's what you said, if I remember correctly. Tesla give no. Yep. in general, so many inconsistencies with everything. Yep, they really don't. That's all they are. But yep, Teslas are pretty easy to correct. It's just the base paint itself that just sucks when they mess up. Teslas technically have a lot of soft paint in general. Let's see. Yeah. Right. That's messed up. That is messed up. There we go. So we'll chat up. You'll probably be a couple hour drive, probably like 3 hour drive or something, depending where you're at. And we can meet up and link up. And we'll both have garages for once. I think you're buying a home, I think you said. So we'll be able to actually have a garage finally. So us New Yorkers up here just freezing our ass off. J Farm, what is going on, my brother? Very true, Conway. There we go. But yeah, so that's all I have for all of you. So I really appreciate everyone for tuning in for sure. Don't forget, next week, like I said, will be pre-recorded, but I will be doing it with 2 special people. I'm going to try to get 2 of them. If not, definitely one of them. But I'll be doing the iconic Rinseless Wash with Rinseless Wash Sponge. Also, Stay Strong Detailer as the drying aid for the vehicle. And I'll just be showing my Rinseless Wash process on how quick we do it and talk about how good and if it's any way worth it. But remember, this is a collectible. I do have 2 of these, and this smells very, 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 very nice. Look at that. Smells like cherries. So it smells good. I have 2 of these. One is going to be collectible. I'm going to keep that in there, like how Mike Phillips have like McGuire's wax bottles from like the 40s. So I'm going to keep this Rinseless Wash, just keep it on the hush right there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's see. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, David Boyce. You wish me nothing but the best. I know you'll be doing big things. You probably have a pet bear cub. I hope I don't have a pet bear cub. That's number one. Definitely not. No pet bear cubs. We have come a long way from Sock being 45 minutes behind in the chat. There we go. Look at that. That's how it works. I've been getting a lot quicker. Appreciate it, Eileen. Great, good to see your face. Great show as always. Appreciate you tuning in. Great theme, Sock. Take a whiff of those cherries and iconic. Smells amazing. And that's it. So that's about it. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate you. And yes, I only bought 2. Now I feel like a hoarder. I bought 2. All righty, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good weekend. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.